and welcome to another episode of This is Rico trying to heal my inner child. I'd like to start again by saying that I am not a doctor, I am not a therapist, and I am not a medical professional in any way. Just a regular person trying to navigate through life and trying to navigate what's going on up in here. I decided to make this video just as a little extra. I think I just want to express how I'm feeling and how I feel this whole series and this journey has gone since I've started it. I've only started making these videos a little over a month ago, and I've already done 22 episodes. And then in that time, I found some of my old music, and then I found ways to get that onto the computer. And the more I learn, the more I can do, the more excited I get about it. You know, I just making a music video for my own music that I recorded 15-ish years ago. That's exciting for me. I've always wanted more people to hear these little tunes that I've done, and I've never had a way of getting them out until now. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about just making these videos because I am realizing that talking through all of this is helping me realize a lot of things. And yeah, the more I talk through, the more calm, peaceful I start to feel. I actually feel good about myself. I actually believe in myself. For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not in a downward spiral. And it's not just making these videos. There's also stuff on YouTube you could watch. I haven't listened quite as much or read as much as I have heard from like videos, but Carl Jung is somebody that really connects with me. His teachings, they really do. And the more I realize, the more in touch with myself I am. I have realized that when you ignore your inner child, it just cries out more. Your inner child is you, is a part of you, but it is not something that goes away when you grow up. It's not something that just can just be squashed. It'll come out somehow. It's come out. It'll come out in your behavior. Your child will come out when you feel you're being treated in a similar fashion that you were when you were young. You might lash out. You might just react, overreact. And I've seen it happen to me all the time. Now, my realization is I never had that adult to speak up for me, to stand up for me, to be there for me, to defend me. I didn't have anybody. The adults that should have been doing those things were the ones that were attacking me. So I've come to the realization, and Jung calls this individuation, realizing that that inner child is still there, is still hurting. And I have to be the adult to protect that inner child. I have to be the adult that I needed as a child. So I'm going to protect this child instead of being this child. So, meaning someone starts treating me in a way that's familiar to my young childhood, instead of reacting as that child, I'm going to step in and be the adult and say, "What are you doing? Why are you talking to him like that?" And I'm going to protect him. And I'm going to keep him safe. I didn't have that, but I needed it. So I just have to be that for myself. I'm going to take a real quick break, and I'll be right back with a little more. This is Rico trying to heal my inner child. Welcome back to This is Rico, trying to heal my inner child. I was just commenting on the fact that I am going to be the adult that I needed as a child. I'm going to be the person to step in, stand up for my inner child. I'm going to defend my inner child and I'm going to keep him safe because he wasn't safe. He doesn't know what that feels like. So I'm going to be there for him. I realized that all through my life, I've I was seeking validation. I was seeking approval, and I was seeking that from people that were not even qualified to give it. I looked for it at work. I looked for it in relationships. I looked for it in people. I looked for it everywhere, and I couldn't find it. Then I realized I have to be the one to give it. I'm going to be the one to put my arm around that inner child and say, hey, you're all right. Things are going to be okay. You are enough. It was never your fault. And I'm going to be the one to tell my inner child all of that and protect him. And at the same time, my inner child is going to flourish and is going to thrive. The inner child, your inner child is, think back to when you were 5 or 6 years old. You weren't born thinking you weren't enough. You weren't born thinking that you had to prove yourself. You weren't born thinking that you had to get anyone's approval. When you're a toddler, when you're a youngster, when you're a child, everything's fun, everything's happy, everything is curiosity, creativity. You laugh when something's funny, you cry when you're sad. It is your true, authentic self. And when you're not allowed to be that authentic self anymore, it is a huge burden. When you learn that you have to read the room, when you learn that you can't speak your mind, when you learn that you have to be quiet instead of sight so you don't upset somebody, that's that will mess up all of your relationships. As I did mine. I'm positive of that. When someone loves me, it feels foreign, so I push it away. When I get a compliment, I don't even know how to process that. I've never gotten compliments. I mean, I'm not going to say never, but when I do, I don't know what to say. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I feel selfish for even getting that compliment. But I'm going to be the adult to look at my inner child and say, hey, yeah, you're good enough. You're pretty awesome. You deserve that pat on the back, and accept it. Accept it gracefully, graciously. So I just wanted to make this extra video because all of this was kind of bouncing around in my head, and I just wanted to talk about it and kind of, I guess, report how I'm feeling that this whole series is helping me already. It's kind of sad, but to feel hope is foreign. And it's scary because all I've known is survival. All I've known is be quiet so that they don't get upset. Anyone. Lived my whole life walking on eggshells, trying to protect everybody else when there was no one to protect me. I'm going to take a real quick break, and I'll be right back with just a little more. This is Rico trying to heal my inner child. Welcome back to This is Rico trying to heal my inner child. I was just stating that I've uh, I've gotten to a point where I feel like these are really helping me. I've gotten to realizations about a lot of things about myself. Um, and again, at no time do I ever want to imply that anyone else was malicious. I don't want to. I'm not going to paint them like that. I can only talk about my own perceptions, my own experiences, my feelings, my emotions, my pain, my joy, all of it. I can only talk about myself, and I can't talk about what anybody else was thinking or doing. All I can say is that when I needed the support, it just wasn't there. I went back for some support and it wasn't there. And I went back again for some support and it wasn't there. So instead of relying on anybody else for support, I'm just going to support myself. So if you ever hear me refer to myself like as we, it's because it's me and him. My little inner child, he was all beat up and he was all locked in a closet for a long time. But he's out. He's looking forward to a new beginning. He's looking forward to being creative. He's looking forward to living instead of surviving. Maybe we get somewhere we can thrive. You know, just surviving is exhausting. Feeling like you're always on the defense. Feel like you always have to look over your shoulder. Feeling like you always have to just watch out for yourself. That's exhausting because I spend so much time doing that rather than just doing things that I love. And after a while, the things that I love were meant to be just hobbies. Other people just saw them as just hobbies, just something you're doing to kill the time. It's not to kill the time. It's what my soul needs. It's what my inner child needs. It's what I need. I need to create. I need to create. Because it doesn't feel very good to push down your dreams and your hopes and everything just to make somebody else comfortable. And I've done that far too long and I'm not going to do it anymore. Now I'm going to focus on me and taking care of me. I've spent too much time trying to get approval, work twice as hard, give 3 times the effort for nothing. I know what I did. I know how hard I worked. I know my potential and I know what I contributed. And if they don't want to consider that or they don't even want to, then that's on them. I know what I did and I know that I was an asset even though I was treated like I was a burden. And quite honestly, I hope you guys are fine. I really do. I really do. But I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to fake who I am anymore. I'm going to be who I am, and that's all I'm going to be. Just like Popeye. I am what I am. I am who I am. And I know who I am. And it's taken me my entire life to get here. It's going to take the rest of my life to enjoy it. So I'm going to take a real quick break, and we'll be back with the conclusion of this episode of This is Rico trying to heal my inner child. Welcome back to This is Rico trying to heal my inner child. Just going to conclude this video with this last segment. Kind of wrap up where I am right now. And I still have plenty more stories, plenty more experiences to tell you, and I'm going to. I mean, as far as the sequence of events, I'm just now getting to my early 20s, which was a real fun time. So I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into my experiences with people, my interpretations of my reactions to certain things because of my upbringing, because of my treatment as a child. I'm going to try to connect and make sense of a lot of those things. And I will tell you what, excuse me, things are making a lot of sense already. Excuse me. Things are making sense. So, if things make sense, start to make sense, it will make things easier. It will help me to consider all situations in the future. It will make me just think about how I'm going to react. Maybe I can just consider stepping in and being the adult for the child that's being attacked, if that something should come to that. But I'm going to protect him, and I'm going to nurture him, and I'm going to listen to him, and I'm going to let him take over. I'm not saying just going to be a kid, but all of that wonder, all of that creativity, all that curiosity, don't you want that? I'm tired of society acting like you have to grow up, you have to be a grown up, you have to be a grown up, and then they push you to they push you to assimilate and be like everybody else. Just be like everyone else. Cut your hair short, work in an office, 9 to 5, and that's it. We don't really want you to express yourself. We don't really want any of that. We just want what we can control. And that's one thing I realized too, is that when you are yourself and other people can't control it, then they find that difficult. That's on them. I'm not going to worry about how they feel anymore. If me being myself is going to be difficult for somebody else, then that's just too bad for somebody else. Like I've said, I've done that my entire life, and I'm not going to do it anymore. And it feels really good to say these things and to actually believe it. It feels good to feel like there's a future. And I'll tell you what, I am unemployed right now, and I am almost out of money, and I've had to borrow money already just to survive up to this point. But I have a better mentality, a better outlook than I did when I was working for those guys. When I was working for those guys, I wasn't happy at all. Now I have to move. I have to move in with my sons, which I'm actually excited about. I got to put my stuff in storage and figure out how to take care of all that, and I still don't have any income. Yet I feel like I have a future, and I feel like there's hope for the first time in my life. And that's tough. But it's better late than never. As cliche as that saying is, I'd rather get here now than be where he is. That must be torture. But I'm going to conclude this video. This was an extra episode just because I had a lot bouncing around up here that I just wanted to get out, and I needed to get out with my words. And I got to say, this whole series has been a tremendous help to me so far. And I hope anybody else can find a way to deal with their traumas or their situations or their lives. I hope everyone finds what they need. Whatever it is. It could be religion. It could be just looking within yourself and believing in yourself. It could be any number of things, but whatever it is, If it helps you, that's all I could ever hope for. I never wanted anyone else to be hurt. I never wished harm on anyone, and I still don't. I don't want anyone to get hurt or anything bad to happen to anyone. I don't. I really don't. Even my worst enemies, I don't want them to get hurt. I just hope that everyone finds something that will help them cope with life if they're struggling. Not everybody's struggling. I realize that too. Not everybody has the same experiences. Not everybody knows what it's like. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't expect them to understand. I don't. Just like I don't understand what it's like to have a nice, sensible upbringing with loving parents. I don't know what that's like, but that's okay because we're not all the same. We are individuals, all of us. And that's all I want to be is who I am. Too many years I just faked who I was to make other people comfortable. And it just seems like they hated that more. I look back and I just kind of think I should have just been myself and let them hate me for being me. And that way I would have at least been comfortable with myself. But that's okay. I can't go back and I can't change things and I can't I can't go back in time. All I can do is take those situations, put them up here, and use that as a reference for when something like that happens again. Stand up and protect my inner child instead of just being that scared child sitting in the corner. No, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to watch out for him. And that's all I can do. So, from the bottom of my heart, or is it the heart of my bottom? One of those two. I truly appreciate each and every one of you for watching my videos. I thank you all for the likes and the subscriptions and the shares. And I appreciate you all. All I ask is that you just keep hitting those likes, keep sharing. Maybe there's someone out there that's going to hear these words and they're going to relate and they're going to connect and they're going to know what it was like. And they're going to realize that they're not alone. We're not alone. I'm not alone. So, with that, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for existing. The world is a better place because of you. And I will be back with some more. This is Rico trying to heal my inner child. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again very soon.